Hi, my name is Josh Top, and I am a senior graphic design student and business marketing student at Point Loma Nazarene University in San Diego. I'm here today to interview Ryan Steinolfson. He's a business professional in the San Diego area. His company is called Accelerate Marketing, and they specialize in online marketing. He's been featured in CBS Money Watch, in the Miami Herald, and other online journals, and the information that we're going to be talking about today has gone nationwide and is extremely innovative for the world of online marketing. So Ryan, I'm going to ask you some questions today.
All right, sounds good. I'm ready.
All right. Question number one is, what are some common problems and mistakes that you see today in online marketing?
Okay, well, Josh, number one, there's really five of them. I actually spoke last night to a group of MBA students about this. Is that really the number one problem that I see is typically the fact that the business owner, or whoever's in charge of the marketing for the company has not really spent a lot of time focusing on local optimization. And what I mean by that is that they haven't gone out there and they have not claimed their directory listing on, for example, Google+, on Yelp, on Bing, on Yahoo, in order to get their presence out there so that when somebody, for example, goes to Google and they type in, dentist, attorney, doctor, chiropractor in whatever city they're in, that their business will show up in the search results. Okay, so in other words, on Google, when somebody types in, for example, doctor, the first 7 results typically are the maps, the pins. And so if you've done a proper job of getting your business listed on those directories, those local directories like Google+, Bing, Yahoo, Yelp, etc., then you will show up in the search results in those pins. And I've interviewed a lot of our clients' customers and asked them why they chose our client. And typically the answer is well, we knew they were a local business, and the perception was that if they chose somebody that wasn't local, they might pay more for the services. So 8 times probably out of 10, somebody's going to choose that local business from those 7 positions that are on the map. So right now, if you're a business owner, go in and type whatever it is that your niche is, like dentist, attorney, solar panels, and then your city, and see where you come up on the maps. And that's that local optimization. So if you want to establish, for example, the big one out there is Google+. So go out there, formerly known as Maps or your Google Places page. Go to Google or places.google.com in order to claim your Google+ page, and in order to build that directory listing out as much as you can, put photos on there, videos on there, etc. And the other common mistake I see is that business owners are not fighting to get reviews. So outside of really getting themselves established on these directories by actually and but most likely business database of all the businesses throughout the country and throughout the world for that matter, and they'll actually just list all the businesses on their directory because they want to have as complete a directory as possible. Now the question is that information accurate? And if it's not, that can be a problem. So go out there, claim your directory, make sure it's correct, and fill it out as best you can. Just by doing that, most likely that might just get you to start showing up on some of the maps for some of the key phrases for your city. Now, again, the second thing is they lack any focus on building their online reputation. And what I mean by that, and I'll just show you my screen here really quick, is, for example, if I'm going to Google here and I'm trying to type in, find a catering company. So I just talked to a catering company, recently here, and obviously, if you're a catering company, you want to show up here in this section right here. Let me show. Are you able to see my? Yeah, you're able to see my page,
Yeah,
right?
I can see it.
Okay, so you want to show up here. I mean, this is where you want to be because this is where people are going to be choosing their catering company. You can see what else jumps out at you from this page. Obviously, it's these reviews, right? I mean, you can see there's a 4.0 here. They got 20 reviews. This guy's got a 4.2 star rating and 140 reviews.
Yeah.
This one's got 615 reviews and 4.2 star rating. That's what being on the maps is all about. And by the way, Google has actually merged, and let me just show you. I'll go to So Google has actually merged your website with your Google Plus page and your reputation. They're inseparable. So, for example, Pear Trees Catering, if I click on this, it's going to take me to their Google Plus page. It's not going to take me to their website. And once I get there, I'm going to be able to then potentially go to their website. But you can see how Google has, in essence, basically merged their Google Plus page with their website right here. They're inseparable. They're not able to be separated. And you can see they've got their reviews here. They've only got 2 reviews. The studies show that people look at an average of 10 reviews before making a decision. And bottom line, a business is not trusted until a business has at least 6 to 10 reviews. So you want to get to that magic number of 6 to 10 reviews, and you want to get at least really to 10 in order for people to be able to make a decision about your business. And you can see a lot of these businesses, they don't have that minimum criteria of 10 reviews, okay? There's a lot of them. So this is the other common problem that I see. Let's do another search where we actually see the pins showing up. So let's go to dentist, San Diego. And
what I was also going to say is you see a direct correlation between the amount of reviews and ratings that a company has based on how popular they are. Because I know I saw Phil's Barbecue had, in the hundreds of views, and that's, a really well-known restaurant in San Diego. A lot of people go there.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's a pretty direct correlation.
No question about it. I've been to Phil's, and it's exactly that. The popularity definitely determines the number of reviews, and the quality determines the quality of the review. In other words, the ranking of the review. So it'll be obviously, and that's what people are looking for: the number and the star rating of those reviews. Is it closer to 5 or is it closer to 1? So here's an example for a dentist in San Diego. I just typed in dentist San Diego. And by the way, when you do this on your smartphone, the same thing happens, but what's magic about this is that Google will actually geolocate where you are, and it will pull up dentists that are just in the area that you're currently physically at. And so it's a little bit like Big Brother, but it gives you information that's relevant to what you're looking for and relative to where you're at the time that you're actually searching for that particular business or that particular service. So here's those 7 positions that I was telling you about, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. There's only 7 positions here available on this map, okay? Only 7 businesses can show up here. So the question is are you showing up in those map results, or is your business not showing up? If you're not showing up, then you need to do something in order to get your business to show up. And we specialize in helping businesses show up on the maps. And there's about 5 things that you can do in order to show up more effectively higher towards the top of this map result here. So obviously, the one that really stands out here, which one stands out? Right there. They've got a 4.6 star rating. They got 19 reviews. They met that 10 review criteria. So the 60 to 70% of people that are searching on Google to find local businesses, which is those are the real numbers, they're going to find this maps result. They're going to probably look for a local business, and I bet this dental practice is getting a lot of phone calls because this review strategy that I'm talking to you about, which is building the reviews for your practice, just building reviews, by the way, increased the available. There was a study that was done by Berkeley and one done by Harvard, and the one that was done by Harvard showed that if you increased your star rating for your business by 1 star, it increased the actual gross revenues for that business by between 5 and 10% per year. So how would you like to do no additional marketing for your business, but just increase the actual reviews for your business or get better reviews for your business and increase the bottom line for your business by 5 to 10%? That's very significant. So that's why I have to focus on that as being the number 2 thing. Number 3 is content creation. 9 times out of 10, when I'm talking to a client, they do not have any form of content creation. They're not actually engaging with their marketplace by creating content that's going to engage their marketplace, like what we're doing right now. I'm practicing I'm trying to model good behavior. Okay, this kind of content that we're creating right now is valuable because I'm giving content that people are going to see and are going to get value from. What I'm asking my clients to do is to do the same thing for themselves. If they're a water basement, we have a client here that's actually they treat water basements or basements in order to waterproof them. And so what I've consulted with them on is how do you create content that's going to be valuable to your market? You're the experts. What are the most common questions that you get asked when you meet with your clients? And then just create content about that. Or create content around the questions that people should be asking you, but they're not asking you. And you want to post that content to your website. And the other thing that I would recommend that you do is that you have some sort of a website that allows you a blogging functionality. I always recommend WordPress because it's the gold standard. Microsoft recently converted their entire blogging platform over to WordPress, and it just, quite frankly, makes it very easy to create a roadmap for people to find your content online for Google. So Google can find WordPress content very easily. And it automatically, what it does is it lets Google know automatically when you post new content to your website, it lets Google know automatically where it's at and how to find it. And so that's why I like WordPress. Now, so what you would do, and really the fourth thing that I see clients not doing is they're not creating enough videos. So just like you would maybe create written content on your blog that is valuable to your marketplace, you would want to do the same thing in a video, just like we're doing right now. Either over your smartphone. I've got an iPhone with an extra battery pack on it that I can use so that it stays fully juiced all day, because I never know when I'm going to have an opportunity to create content. And the beauty is when I create content, I can post it to the internet, and I can target other specific keywords that will help me get more traffic and get more customers to my business. One of the secrets that we do is we actually create content just like we're doing right now with our clients. We ask them those FAQs, just like you're doing with me right now, and they respond, and what we do is we create blog posts from each one of those FAQs. And then we embed the video in that blog post, and that's what we use to actually get ranked or get the client ranked online. So what will happen is their website link that has that video embedded in it will be ranking, and then sometimes we'll actually even get the video to rank on that first page for example, Dentist San Diego, okay? And and really this game of online marketing is just a game of getting as many lines in the water as you possibly can. The more lines you have in the water, the more likely it is that you're going to have success. So for that example that I showed you earlier for Dentist San Diego, you'd like to have as many links on that first page to your company as you can possibly get. And really the fifth thing that I see that clients are not doing is they're not, once they've created content, either in the form of a blog post or a video, they're not distributing that content out to their social media sites. So like Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, all the usual suspects. So LinkedIn, obviously Google Plus, etc. So those are some of the five common mistakes that I see out there with my clients. Josh.
Okay. Well, let's move on to the next question. What can you define as, or what is reputation management?
Okay, so what reputation management is, Josh, is it's simply managing a client's reputation or managing the flow of reviews into and about that client's business so that we can make their reputation as high as possible. And really, there's a lot of different facets to it. It's because it's not just about actually getting reviews. What it also entails training the staff and creating a reputation marketing culture in the business so that each and every person is a cog in the wheel of that machine of that business that is capturing reviews when what we call a referable moment happens. So when somebody actually says, hey, I had a great meal at that restaurant, or I had a great teeth whitening experience at that dentist, that's when somebody in your practice hears those words, just simply somebody saying something positive about your business, that's when we want them to stop and think and ask for that actual review and to ask for that person to leave a review. The other thing is that so that's what reputation management. That's one of the aspects of reputation management. The other aspect of reputation management is actually making the client aware when a review comes in. So the first part of making a change in anything is first having the awareness. So in order for our clients to make a change in their reputation, first they need to be made aware when any review comes in that might be negative. So all we're doing is we're monitoring 15 of the top directories, and when we see a review that comes in on any of those directories, we immediately make their marketing person or their head of the person that's responsible for managing their reputation at their company, we make them aware of it so that they can respond appropriately. And potentially, first correct the wrong, but then potentially engage with that person and maybe even get that negative review removed. So it's not just about getting positive reviews, it's also about getting rid of the negative reviews and correcting those wrongs. And really what this is an opportunity for a business owner to make their business better. It's not just about, it can be a really positive experience, because if I, as a business owner, take those reviews that are negative about our business and take them to heart and improve my business from them, then they're a positive thing. And so really it's just a feedback mechanism for that business owner to really change the business's ways so that they can actually make more money. So that's really a different way of thinking about it, but that's what reputation management is. But even more important than that is flipping it around and saying, okay, we now have built our client's reputation to as close to 5 stars as possible. But the next phase of that is, okay, how do we make everybody aware of this great reputation? Because really a review is a referral. It's no different than the referral marketing that's been going on since the dawn. The first business dealings were dealt back in the day. When I recommend to you to go to Phil's Barbecue, and I say it's an amazing restaurant, most likely, I mean, that's the best kind of marketing that you can possibly get as a business owner, right? Because it's one-on-one, it's my experience, and it's positive. You're going to go there, okay? And reviews are really no different. The only difference between a review and a referral, which is what I just pointed out to you, what I just gave you an example of right there, is that a review is made from one person to everybody. So it's our job as a reputation management and marketing company to then take those reviews and get them out to the world, because they're only as good as the number of people that see them. Does that make sense?
It does. And what I was also going to say is, just as much as a positive review can help a company, it really is important to respond to those negative reviews, because if I'm online looking for a place to eat dinner and I can see 9 reviews, good reviews about the restaurant, but then one comes across and talks about this awful experience that somebody had, it's really going to change my mind about potentially going to that restaurant. But if a company is able to contain that review and go to the person and handle it and just kind of remove the situation, it'll really help them in the end as well.
Absolutely. It's all about making sure that you're listening to the customer, responding to the reviews if they're positive or negative, and then making sure that you specifically talk to those people that had a negative experience in order to A, let them know that you've corrected that situation, and B, potentially bring them in and get them to maybe change their mind. So what I would recommend is that if anybody is interested in finding out, there's a great tool that we have the rights to. It's called yourrepreport.com. So if a business owner wants to find out where they stand with their reputation, all they have to do is go to yourrepreport.com, like I'm showing here on my screen, and all they do is they just put in their phone number for their business, and they identify whether they're in the US, UK, Canada, Australia, etc. They click here to get it, and then immediately what will happen is our software will go out there and it will identify about 20 to 30 different directories. It'll pull back and scrape all of the information about that business back in about a minute, and it will identify any or all of the reviews that are out there about that business, and it will also let them know what directories they're claimed on and which ones they're not claimed on. So it'll give them an indication of, hey, you're claimed on these directories, you're not claimed on these. So it'll give them an idea of their online presence, and it will also give them an idea of how many reviews they have out there that are potentially negative or harmful for their business. Okay?
Okay.
So,
all right, let's move on to question number 3. What is local optimization?
So local optimization is specifically what we talked about earlier, where a business will claim their directory listings on the various portals, which are Google+, Bing, and Yahoo, and also all the other directories that are important to their niche, like Yelp, maybe City Search for attorneys. There's AVVO, and there's other niche-specific directories. But you want to go out there and claim those directories. You want to make it so that when somebody goes to Google, for example, first and foremost, they show up on that map. They want to show up on the pins that show up there on the map. So, for example, and I just gotta show you again because it's important to show you instead of tell you. Like what I did before here, where I typed in Dentist San Diego, it means basically showing up in this section right here, on the map. And you can see each one of these pins is represented here on the map. That's what they call it, showing up on the map. So we call this the 7-pack, and there's only 7 businesses that have these pins next to their. So these are all local businesses. So that's what local optimization is, and basically what it is it's just getting on the map for your keywords. So if you're a dentist, you'd want to show up for dentist in your city, and if you're an attorney, you'd want to show up for attorney, for example, in your city. And here's another example. And you also, there's other little tricks. You want to make sure that you're using something called the authorship code, because the authorship code will get your picture to show up in the search results with your Google Plus business listing. And we can help businesses do this. It definitely separates you from the rest of the pack. And we've heard that the click-through rate is increased by about 50% when you just simply have your picture associated with your Google Plus listing. Wow. So so that's a big. So I just wanted to show you that, and then so really that's what local optimization is it's just making sure that you show up on the maps, but but in some people's minds it might include also showing up in the organic section. But with our company, it's just showing up there on the maps, and then showing up there preferably with as good of a reputation or as high as a star rating as you can possibly get.
Yeah. Okay. Well, moving on to the next question. What can you tell me about pay-per-click marketing?
Okay, I lost you there for a second. What was that?
I think question number 4 is what is pay-per-click marketing?
Okay, so PPC marketing is simply, and I'm going to show my screen here again. Pay-per-click marketing is when a business pays for the clicks that they're getting from the various portals like Google, Yahoo, or Bing, or even Facebook. Now Facebook does pay-per-click, or a form of pay-per-click. So you can see here, if I was to click on any one of these links right here at the top, I would get charged per click every single time that I clicked on any one of these links. And some of these words are more expensive than others. For example, personal injury attorney, you can pay up to $100 every single time somebody clicks on one of those links. Because it's a very crowded market, and it's also a very rewarding market. If you get a personal injury attorney claim processed or settled, you can get hundreds of thousands of dollars. So they're willing to pay hundreds of dollars per click for those type of for those type of ads, or for those type of clicks. So that's what pay-per-click marketing is. the first thing that I would recommend if you're doing PPC marketing is that you always send somebody to a specific landing page. Don't just send them to your website. And most of the time, you know, these attorneys, these guys are experts. I mean, they know that you send somebody to a landing page. You don't send them to your website. Well, here I go. And this is, maybe I'm wrong. So this is not a best practice. You want to send somebody specifically to a landing page that is tied to that exact word that you're targeting. Okay? So you really want to have that landing page focused on the keyword that you're actually targeting with that pay-per-click ad. The more in tune that ad is with the actual word that you're targeting, and the less and fewer options that you give the person once they get to that landing page in terms of going other places. That's why I never send somebody to a website, because they have too many options. So so anyway, so that's what pay-per-click marketing is, and those are some of the suggestions that I would have if you're doing it.
Okay. And I know, like, even recently in my own experience, I've seen, you know, lately more and more times you have those companies up in those, it's usually 3 spots, correct?
Yes.
And so, you know, that's becoming really, like you said, competitive. A lot of companies, you know, it's, you know, most times when I do a Google search, I even, you know, don't go even below, you know, 5 or 6, you know, 7 at most, like you said. But the top 3 for sure, you know, they're gonna get the hits that they want, and if you're, you know, able to pay for that position, it's definitely gonna be profitable for you.
Yeah, exactly. If you get in the pay-per-click top 3 and you're using a landing page and you've got great copy for the ad that's gonna be enticing for people to click, or if you have some sort of a free offer, that is the best way to do pay-per-click marketing. But only about 20 to 25% of people click on those pay-per-click ads. Just keep that in mind too.
Okay. All right. So on to question number 5. What is content marketing?
So content marketing, Josh, is what we're doing right now. I'm creating content that's creating value for the marketplace, and what I'm going to do for this video once it's done is I'm going to chop up the video into this long video into smaller video segments, and I'm going to write an article or have an article written about each one of those videos, and then we will post both the video and the article that was written about that video on our blog. Okay?
Yeah.
And that blog is one that we own. So it's a WordPress blog. I highly recommend WordPress blogs because they're easy to use and they're easy for Google to find, as I've mentioned earlier. And what we then do is we take the link to that specific blog post that's targeting a keyword that we know that people are typing in about our business. I will then take that link and I will post it to all my social media sites: Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, etc. So that is what content marketing is. And on each one of those blog posts, I have some sort of an offer, or I have at the end, you know, contact us if you want to learn more about this, or if you want us to help you with your search engine optimization or your reputation management and marketing. If you've gotten great information from this, you know, 2 to 3 minute video that we talked about, you know, where we're talking about content marketing, then let us help you with your content marketing needs. And call us at XY. So that's what content marketing is. It's really giving Google what it wants so that we get what we want, which is consumers. We're giving Google and the end consumer what they want, which is value. They want quality content, and Google wants quality content. Once we do that, that's when we win, and that's when we get our content ranked, and that's when we get new customers, because Google will put our content at the top of the search results.
Yeah, and you know, your content, you want to get out to as many sites as possible. Like you said, you want to have as many lines in the water as possible. So it's good to, like you said, you put your links on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all those different sites. It's good to get it out as much as you can.
Exactly, and I put a link to back not only to the blog post but also to the YouTube video that is on YouTube. So there's 2 different links. There's actually one for YouTube and one for the blog post.
Okay, yeah. All right, well, let's go on to question number 6. That question is, what are 2 things businesses should be doing to be found online?
Well, I think, you know, it really comes back to what I just talked about, is the fact, Josh, that businesses are not creating content like we're doing right now. Businesses, the most common, the biggest opportunities for businesses right now is to take advantage of the video that they can create, like really create content in the form of video that adds value to their consumers, and then create a blog post from that video and then post that content to their social media sites. That's really the biggest opportunity right now, because then you have the opportunity of having both that video rank and that blog post rank on the first page of Google. I would also go out there and set up a Google Plus page and set up a Google personal profile page so that you can actually have your picture show up with both your Google Plus page when it shows up in the Maps results and with your website link. That's a huge separator between you and everybody else. So, so those are some of the I guess that's more than two, but there's really, I guess if there's another one is just get as many reviews as you possibly can from your clients and specifically show them what you want them to do, where you want them to review you. Follow up with them. Make sure that you're capitalizing on those referable moments when they happen, and you'll get great results. And actually, we have a beta program, so anybody watching this Hangout, we have an offer, and the reason why we do this is because we need to determine if the people that we're interviewing are good fits for our business. We know that when we interview 5 people over a Hangout like we're doing right now, that 2 will typically become members of our company. So we do this as complimentary, and it's complimentary because we want to ask some questions, but at the same time, we're going to give the business owner in return the ability to create the video that they've always wanted to create as a business owner, which is a video about their business and talking specifically about their unique selling proposition, and of course, that's adding value to their consumer base. So we will coach them and train them on how to do that. So we're teaching them how to fish, but at the same time, we're looking to see if they're a good fit for our program and for our membership. And if that's the case, then like I said, 2 out of 5 that we interview end up becoming a good fit, and they end up joining the ranks of our members. So so anybody that watches this, we'll take actually the first 5 people. Business owners that watch this, that want us to do a similar Hangout interview like you're doing with me right now, we'd be glad to do it, and we'll do it absolutely free or as a complimentary, and that is again because we want to see if what you guys are doing, if you guys have a unique selling proposition, and we want to just kind of evaluate the business and see if it's a good fit. So I think it's a really good offer, and I just wanted to extend that to all the people that are watching.
Yeah, that's it that I have for my questions. Is there anything that you wanted to close with?
No, that's it. I mean, just keep creating content. Anybody that's out there that's watching this, let me know if you have any questions. You can reach me on the number that's at the bottom there, 619-313-4895. The company is called Accelerate Marketing. We're here in San Diego, and we're all East Coast too, but we specialize in search engine management and marketing. And the key is just getting out there with a good, solid message that's going to add value to your clients, and keep doing it. Once you do it, and you post these blog posts and these videos to your website, it's like pushing a snowball down the mountain. Initially, it's small, but as it'll get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then that is when you really will start getting results, and you'll start getting more phone calls for your business. But it does take time.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, Ryan.
Yep.
All right.
Thanks.